Sometimes comfort is the greatest danger. This is the story of an island where vultures had everything except what truly mattered. Once a large flock of vultures soared high over the endless ocean. Their sharp eyes scanned the horizon until they spotted a beautiful island rising from the waves like a green jewel. It was calm, lush with tall trees and thick grass, and overflowing with easy food. Fat fish jumping in shallow streams, plump frogs hiding under rocks, and small sea creatures scattered along the sandy shores. Best of all, there were no predators, no lions, no snakes, no storms that could harm them. The air was warm and still, the sun gentle on their feathers. "This is heaven," shouted a young vulture, landing gracefully on a soft patch of moss. His voice echoed across the quiet beach. No more endless hunting flights. No more struggling against strong winds. Just food everywhere and rest all day long. "Let's stay here forever and never leave." The others circled once and agreed with loud caws of excitement. Why fly back to the harsh jungle when paradise was right here? They settled in immediately. Days turned into weeks. At first, they still stretched their wings now and then, but soon the habit faded. Why fly when dinner walked right up to their feet? Their powerful wings grew weaker and thinner. Their sharp claws, once strong enough to grip rocks in a storm, became soft and dull from never digging or fighting. Life became perfectly lazy, easy, and wrapped in endless comfort. But one old vulture watched everything in silence. His feathers were gray and worn from years of real battles in the wild jungle. He had faced hunger, storms, and fierce enemies before. He knew the price of easy living. One evening, as the sun dipped into the sea painting the sky orange and pink, he gathered the flock on a big rock. "My friends," he said in a deep, steady voice, "this island has made us weak. We need to go back to the jungle. That is where real life lives, full of challenges that keep our wings strong and our hearts brave. If danger ever comes here, none of you will be able to escape. Your wings have forgotten the sky. Your claws are soft like wet leaves. What will you do when the real test arrives?" The young vultures burst into laughter. "You are just scared, old one of them mocked. "Look around. We are safe forever. Why go back to suffering, hunger, and hard flights? Stay and enjoy this gift." The old vulture warned them again, his eyes full of worry. "Comfort today steals strength for tomorrow. Mark my words." But no one listened. They turned away and continued their easy life. So, with a heavy heart, the old vulture spread his still strong wings and flew away alone, disappearing into the distant clouds. Months passed peacefully on the island. The vultures grew fatter and lazier. They barely moved from their spots. Then one bright morning, a wooden ship appeared on the horizon. It sailed closer and anchored near the shore. From its deck, sailors released a group of hungry leopards onto the sand. At first, the big cats stayed calm, exploring the new land. But soon their sharp eyes noticed the vultures, sitting motionless, wings too weak to lift, bodies too slow to run. The horror began quietly at first, then exploded. The leopards pounced with lightning speed. One by one, the vultures screamed in terror. They tried to fly, but their forgotten wings only flapped uselessly. They tried to fight, but their dull claws could not scratch. The leopards hunted them easily, day after day. Feathers flew everywhere. The once peaceful island filled with cries and blood. Within a few short months, almost every vulture was gone, killed and eaten. Silence fell over the green paradise like a heavy blanket. One day, the old vulture returned. He flew low over the island, searching. What he saw shattered his heart into pieces. Dead vultures lay scattered everywhere, under trees, beside streams, on the beach. Bones and feathers told the terrible story. Destruction was complete. He spotted one last young vulture, badly wounded and barely breathing under a bush. "What happened, my son?" the old vulture asked softly, landing beside him. The young one looked up with tears in his eyes. "You were right, grandfather. We forgot how to fly. We forgot how to fight. We became weak and helpless. The leopards came, and we could not survive. I wish we had listened to you." I wish we had left this trap of comfort." The old vulture sat quietly beside him, saying nothing more. The sky above was still bright blue and endless, but the wings that once ruled it were now still forever. Sometimes the comfort zone in life becomes a silent trap. We slowly lose our strength, our skills, and our courage without even noticing. As long as we keep facing discomfort, challenges, and struggles, we stay strong from within. But the moment we choose only comfort, we begin to drift away from the truth of life. And when trouble suddenly appears, like those leopards, we find ourselves unprepared, unable to fight, or even fly away. That is why it is important to regularly push ourselves into challenges. Lift your wings every day. Face the wind. Train your claws. Only then can we stand firm in any situation life throws at us. If this story touched your heart, take a quiet moment right now to reflect. Are you too stuck in your own comfort zone without even knowing it? If it made you think deeper, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Because stories aren't just told, they are felt, and they can change lives when we listen.